Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl. I am back with another podcast episode, and I'm super excited today because when you start getting revelations and you start getting visions and everything starts to make sense, confirmation after confirmation, it brings a sense of peace in your life to know that God loves you so much that He's willing to, give you little pieces of the blueprint, His blueprint. All praise to the Most High on today. Okay, so I've been talking about being hidden in plain sight, right? A lot of people are hard on themselves because of how other people treat them and the things that they go through. And, we beat ourselves up because we stress the fact that we are a good person. I hear a lot of people, including myself, I've been to the point where I was like, I don't understand why this person doesn't love me how I love them. Like I'm standing right in front of them. I'm fighting for them. I'm praying for them. I'm on their side. And it's not just a relationship. I mean, with anyone. I have friends the same way. And I was like, I'm right here in front of you. I'm not going to be disloyal. I'm going to ride with you. But the crazy part is they couldn't see that. They couldn't see it. And I always wonder, I was like, what do I have to do to make you see who I am? And then all praise to the Most High. When you get that revelation of they're not meant to know who you are. Everything is done with God's will. Everything is like in His purpose. So you have to understand, if someone does not see you for who you are, one, they can't see you for who you are. And two, they're not meant to see you for who you are. And then sometimes they do see you for who you are. And you know what? That intimidates them. It can intimidate them. So the best thing that they're going to do is act as if they don't see you for who you are. Either way, it is a blessing that the fact that you're hidden, you're protected, you're safe, and you have to know that, right? All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Let me say this. I was talking about how nowadays they build the little dresser drawers on your dresser, and when you open it, you think that it's clothes in there, but you're opening it. And a lot of people put some of their, most expensive jewelry right there. They're not putting it in a jewelry box no more. They're making an actual drawer and putting it in there. Or how they have the safes behind the pictures, right? Or some people even have a safe, like a hiding place in their home. They can literally press a button and the bookshelf move. That's the same thing how God works. He will hide you in plain sight. He will hide you and have people thinking that you're something, that you're just a book on the shelf, and the whole time you are the blueprint. You're a major part of the blueprint. God is going to protect His treasures, okay? God is going to protect them. So that's why that person didn't see you for who you are. That's why that job didn't hire you. That's why that relationship didn't work. That's why that friendship no longer standing. It's no longer standing, excuse me. Because sometimes God will really hide you. But you have to know that is divine protection. I've never been so mindful of the things that goes on around me like I am now. I have never been so mindful and so observant of what's going on around me. And this is why it's important to pay attention to what goes on around you. Because in everything in life comes a lesson. Everything. And if you stop and you slow down and you really pay attention to what's going on, you'll realize God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to show you something. I used to be so focused on trying to make a person see me that I lost myself. And I know you're thinking, how could you lose yourself? Because I began to conform to what they wanted to see. I began to conform myself to the things that I thought they wanted to see, instead of just being who God had called me to be. Instead of standing in my power and standing in my truth and standing in my light, I thought I had to conform and be something else just so they would love me. When the truth is, they weren't meant to love me. They're not meant to love you. The people that God placed for you, listen, they're going to love you for you. They're going to understand you. and the things that they don't understand about you, they're going to go on a mission to find out. Know when you're valued, and know when you're just a placeholder. I would rather be a placeholder for God than to be a placeholder for anybody else. But the great thing about God is He's not going to make you a placeholder. He creates everyone with purpose. He creates everyone with purpose. That's why I have to be anchored in Him. That's why I have to talk about Him and glorify Him to a magnitude that some people may find uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, you're going to have to just get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because I'm not going to stop talking about how good God is. His works, His amazing works that He do that we don't even pay attention to. I said once before, we trip off of, we'll sit down and we'll trust anybody. But we won't trust the same God that controls the wind, that controls the rain, that controls the tornadoes, that controls the lightning, the thunder. He can literally have a storm going, a whole orchestra of storms going, and still have control. So know that when God is doing some things in your life, run to Him about it. Stop questioning why man can't see you for who you are. You are a spiritual being. You are that light that God put here. Everybody can't handle that light. And everybody's not meant to experience that light. So the next time you question yourself and you wonder why this job is treating me like this when I go so hard, why is this person not loving me yet I'm giving them 150% of me? You're being hidden. And it's time for you to go on the search for who God has called you to be. And the only way to do that is to go to Him. I tell people in life, we start taking everything personal because we start taking God out of everything. You cannot remove God from your life. And I'm speaking to those who know God for themselves, or who yearn and like really want to know Him. Keep God in your life. It doesn't matter the things that you're fighting up against. Keep God in your life. You went through what you went through with purpose. You are who you are with purpose. The mission God has called for you is with purpose. Stand in your purpose. Stand in your truth. Stand in your light. And most importantly, don't worry about those who didn't see you. Because know one thing. God hid you for a reason. And you got to know it just wasn't their time to see you for who you are. But I promise you, one day, and it's not no get back. This is not no get back. But this is how God works. This is how God works sometimes. He will hide you from people who don't value you. He will hide you from people who are going to mishandle you. He's going to hide you from people who's going to treat you a certain way. And then when it's time for them to see you for who you are, they will. Oh, Lord, they will. They will. And by then you will be to became so close with God and so in tune with the mission and so in tune with the purpose that you can still tell those people, I love you. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for not seeing me. Thank you for your doubt. Thank you for the things that you put me through to bring me to this point where I ran to God and I found Him for myself, and now I know why you didn't see me. It's nothing personal. All praise to the Most High. God does everything with purpose. This world wants us to be in such a rush. Slow down and find the purpose in your pain. Slow down and find the peace in your storm. God's waiting on you to just come get to understanding from it. Validation. So if you're sitting at home, you're listening to this, or you're sitting anywhere and you're wondering, why couldn't this person love me how I love them? Why couldn't this person see me for who I was? Why couldn't this person just be there for me like I was there for them? Baby, because God was protecting you. Divine protection. God wanted you. Come on. God wanted you to see who you were. You were so busy trying to figure out why they couldn't see you that you couldn't even see you. There's a lesson in everything. Go within. Go deep. Stop taking everything so personal. Take your feelings out of this. It's not about you anymore. It's about the glory of God. And every time you remember that it's nothing personal in this life, everything has to do with God's will and God's divine order and God's divine protection, then and only then can you start moving towards what's really for you. God be keeping his hand on us and we don't even see it. We don't even be worthy of the grace that he shows us sometimes. We start to question him like, God, why won't you let them love me? Why can't they love me? Why aren't they loving me? Why aren't you loving yourself? Why can't you see yourself? Why can't you see your purpose? God be like, I got everything you need. I got everything you want. I got things that's going to blow your mind when you start to experience it. But you got to go on the search for you. Like I said, God will hide you in plain sight. All praise to the Most High. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all so much. I'm sending nothing but love and light, positivity all around the world.